You got to be excited about it, and all this is what everybody's working for.
We have to have that extra edge. We have to, because it's desperation time.
Our guys are charged up and ready to play because I see a different attitude in the locker room today, and I think, we're going to give everything what we have tonight.
Momentum in sports is a very volatile and fleeting thing. No team has seen this more than the Pittsburgh Penguins. 2 wins followed by 3 losses have the Pens on the verge of elimination. Will momentum turn its kind face towards the Penguins or bury the final nail in their playoff coffin? It's a hockey night in Pittsburgh. Tonight from the Mellon Arena, the Pittsburgh Penguins meet the Buffalo Sabres in Game 6. Stanley Cup Playoffs, Eastern Conference. Hello again, everybody, and welcome once again to Penguin Hockey right here on Fox Sports Net. Well, the Pittsburgh Penguins in a situation here where they must win tonight to keep the series going against the Buffalo Sabres. It's a best-of-7 series. We're going to recap it for you, but the Sabres have the edge here by winning on Saturday, and they lead the series by 1 game.
Well, the series has been really close. As you take a look at this series recap, the game-winning goal by former Penguin Stu Barnes in that last game. And the Penguins in those last 3 games, Mike, they've been tied in 2 of those games, and they had the lead going into that 3rd period. And the games have been very close. You can even go back to game 1 and 2, where the Buffalo Sabres had a lot of good opportunities to score some goals, but Johan Hedberg played extremely well. So this is do or die for the Penguins, and every great team has to face a little adversity if you're going to win a championship, and doesn't get any bigger than this.
No, the Penguins, of course, were the 2nd-rated team in the National Hockey League this year as far as scoring goals. The return of Mario Lemieux in late December, but they have not been able to find the net against the Sabres and Dominik Hasek here recently.
When you take a look at the big guns for the Penguins, you take a look, really only 1 goal for each of these players, and the Penguins got to find a way to create some offense. The way that you do that is you have to be smart with the puck, and I really love to see Mario Lemieux play, maybe instead of the rink being 185, 190 feet long, only have Mario Lemieux play 150 feet like he's been accustomed to playing. He's been playing at both ends of the rink, and that gets tiring. So I like to see Mario Lemieux play a little bit more offensive-minded. I think what that really does for the Buffalo Sabres is they realize that Mario Lemieux is playing a little bit higher. It keeps their defensemen who've been involved in the attack a lot since Game 3 on their heels a little bit more.
And please, let's give credit where credit's due. Red Warner, I think, has been a candidate for MVP of this series against the Penguins. He has been terrific on that right side, particularly against Lemieux and company, and he's done a great job. Now, when you look at the other side of the ledger, the goal scoring from the Buffalo Sabres, a former Penguin, Stu Barnes, what a series he's having against the Pens.
Well, he's really come out of nowhere. You take a look in this series, and really with the 4 goals and a game-winning goal, but you take a look, he really struggled at the end of the season and in that first round. But really, you need players to step up. In the first round, Chris Gratton had 5 goals in the series win against the Philadelphia Flyers. He only has 1 in the series, and here's Stu Barnes, the former Penn, has come up with 2 game-winning goals. And really, that's what you need. You need your key players to step up. And one thing we talked about before the series started, Mike, is the depth and how Lindy Ruff, the coach of the Buffalo Sabres, has spread out his offensive lines right from the first line to the 4th line, and Stu Barnes has been a big contributor.
You know, Stu Barnes will tell you readily that he is a streak goal scorer. Eddie, you played the game. I'm sure there were times when everything you touched went in. He's in that mode right now.
He is. He's not changing his clothes. He's using the same stick. I mean, that's just the mindset that you fall into when you're a goal scorer. You get those good opportunities, and you know when you touch a puck, every time you shoot it, it has a great chance of going in. So the Penguins have to be aware of not only guys that haven't really scored, like a guy like Donald Audette, who had some great chances early in the series, but a guy like Stu Barnes, Dougie Gilmore's picked up his game. So the depth of the Sabres has really hurt the Penguins this far in the series.
Well, it's the Penguins' turn to try and fight back, and when we come back, we'll tell you why this man might hold the key to the Pens' playoff success.
Every move, every story, totally NASCAR. Weeknights at 6.
Some of the names that wrote the history of Pittsburgh medicine have come together to rewrite its future. So you'll still have a great choice for great health care. The West Penn Allegheny Health System, the provider of choice.
What makes the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette the region's most well-read newspaper? Well, see for yourself. People all around the region count on the Post-Gazette for local news, job listings, entertainment, sports, and more. Just a few of the reasons that more people read the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette.
The completely redesigned Chrysler minivans now come equipped with yet another standard feature. Because Consumers Digest named Voyager a best buy, and AMCI called Town & Country the best minivan ever. Now get a $2,000 cash allowance on Chrysler minivans. So get to your Chrysler dealer today, because with award-winning values like these, you'll be the one with something to brag about.
Every night on Channel 11 News 11 and 11, 11 minutes of major news.
Big story.
Our news team works together to bring you a complete summary of the day's most important local news stories. More reporters in the field uncovering more details from the important local news stories.
Live coverage of local news right as it happens, right from the scene.
Our 11 p.m. newscast delivers more stories with more details.
We have breaking news
with no features and no fluff. Get the 11-minute advantage on Channel 11 News. Coverage you can count on.
What's the value of $1? Every region has a financial foundation on which careers and aspirations are built. Since 1855, Dollar Bank has invested billions of dollars in millions of lives and thousands of businesses in Western Pennsylvania. And by remaining independent, we'll continue for many lives and businesses to come. That's the value of $1.
Penguins Hockey on Fox Sports Net is brought to you by Dodge. In a perfect world, everything would be different. And by Verizon Wireless. Join in. Welcome back to the Mellon Arena. It's Game 6. The Penguins and the Buffalo Sabres. Time right now for the Dodge Scouting Report. Eddie Olczyk brings it to us.
Okay, Mike, doesn't get any bigger than this. A Game 6 of Penguins facing elimination against a team, the Buffalo Sabres. If really you take a look at a line that has a bunch of role players on it. Vladimir Siplikov is a good offensive player. Curtis Brown is a good, solid two-way player. And Vasav Lorada is a guy that goes in there, gets in your face, mucks and grinds. So you talk about chemistry on a line, this line has it all. And really, Curtis Brown has been the key. Scored 2 shorthanded goals in this series, been a big key. And also, don't forget, he has really stepped up his game since the Buffalo Sabres have not had captain Michael Pekka all year long with the contract dispute. So it's a situation where Curtis Brown has stepped up his game in a key situation for the Buffalo Sabres, not only against the Penguins, but back in the first series against the Philadelphia Flyers. And for the Pittsburgh Penguins, it's do or die. Everybody knows they have to win this game and stretch it out to a Game 7. And you take a look at the home and road comparisons in the 2001 playoffs. You take a look at the goals allowed. The Penguins have really struggled on home ice the last couple games, giving up a few goals, but you have to give a lot of credit to the Buffalo Sabres. And you see they've given up those 4 goals in each of the last 2 home games. The Penguins got to turn that around. And this man right here, I think, has played extremely well in the playoffs so far. You take a look at the first 2 games of the series, outstanding goals against average, .501, and the last 3 games 0-3. But really, I don't think you can fault Johan Hedberg on any of the goals in the last game. A couple bad breaks, but you got to make your breaks, and the Buffalo Sabres certainly done that. And the Penguins, don't forget, in the last 3 games, they've been tied after 2 and had the lead in one of those games. So the Penguins got to find a way to score some goals for that man right there, Johan Hedberg.
And we welcome you back to the Mellon Arena. This is Game 6. The Penguins and the Buffalo Sabres, and the Dominator gets the call tonight once again for the Buffalo Sabres.
Penguins got to get some traffic in front of Dominik Hasek. Even look for the Penguins to go in there, bump him a little bit. It's something they've had a lot of success. You got to go to the front of the net to score goals. And at the other end, Johan Hedberg, 6-5 with a goals against average of 1.94. Of course, in that overtime loss on Saturday.
The referees for tonight's game, Bill McCreary, you look at him there, and Brad Watson. The 2 linesmen, Greg Dvorsky and Tim Nowak. The backup referee tonight is Stephen Walkham. So should either one of the referees become injured or not able to continue, Walkham would replace them. He is here tonight. Who's our supervisor in this series?
Dave Newell.
Dave Newell. I saw him early.
Former referee.
We haven't worked a whole lot of games, so we haven't seen a
whole
lot of them. Yeah. Well, we are here for Game 6 and Game 7, if necessary, in Buffalo on Thursday night. Penguins face elimination, and Curtis Brown matches up against Robert Lang. We begin play here at the Mellon Arena. Alexei Zhitnik and James Patrick, who have been a dynamic duo for the Sabres here in this series, and off a stick and up into the stands. And quickly we'll take a look at the lines here.
Well, the Buffalo Sabres, after being down 2-0 in this series, that man right there, Lindy Ruff, stayed with the game plan, felt his club played very well early in the series. Has had 3 straight wins against the Pens. Take a look at their forward lines, and I think we talked about it, Mike, at the start of this series, is the depth. Look at the way that they've really spread out their scoring. You got Andrechuk with over 500 goals in the National Hockey League. And sure, he isn't the player that he once was and on defensive playing well, but to be able to put him out on the fourth line and use him in a situation on power plays where he's really going to excel, that's where you show your depth and experience in the playoffs, and this Buffalo team has battled back.
Mario Lemieux comes out to match up against Barnes, so we get a change of lines immediately here by the Penguins, and the Sabres counter. And with the puck, it's Janne Laukkonen. Laukkonen's had a good series here against Buffalo, and the puck is blasted up into the Sabres zone. Off goes the forward. Yager gets it to Lemieux, cuts inside. He fell down. He's knocked off his skates, and he got hurt. Lemieux ran into the Sabres. I think James Patrick or somebody clipped him on the way going through the slot. And Mario is slow in getting up now, as he is prone on the ice in the left wing circle of the Buffalo zone.
Well, there was a major collision there. Mario Lemieux tried to come to the middle of the ice, and Vladislav Varada came right across, and almost like he got kicked right in the head area. Great pass by Yager, and watch, coming to the right of your screen, Varada's going to come flying, and Lemieux falls right before, get an isolation on Mario Lemieux. Great pass by Yager. He walks the middle. He's going to get an opportunity to shoot. And Siplikov trips him up, and Varada was going to go hit him, but Lemieux was already on his way down. Seemed that he kind of kicked him in the back and brushed up over his head, and Mark Mortland's out there to give the big guy a little medical attention. It seems like he's all right, got to his knees. A little smile from Yager, and the big guy seems to be all right. So a big sigh of relief here for Penguin fans and for the Penguin brass upstairs. Take a look at Ivan Hlinka.
And we take it for granted, but Lemieux wearing a helmet in yesteryear, it might have been a more damaging situation if he had not had the lid on. But he'll sit down now. So the Penguins, in the span of 28 seconds here, have made 3 changes already. Lemieux's line comes off, and Robert Lang's right back on. And Varada has his helmet readjusted. Earlier in this series, we saw a collision between Mario Lemieux and Jay McKee, who has not returned for the Sabres, the big defenseman. They locked helmets, if you will, and Jay McKee
got the worst of it.
Yes, he did, and got a concussion. He has not been able to play since that time. Here's Kasparaitis back to action. The Buffalo Sabres with Vladimir Siplikov replacing Eric Rasmussen in this series and doing an excellent job. Curtis Brown over to Siplikov. Siplikov, number 29. Blackling throws it behind the net. Robert Lang of the Penguins lines it up through center ice to Ian Moran. And the Penguins are offside going into Buffalo territory.
Well, a lot has been made about Ivan Hlinka. The line's about opening up a little bit, trying to create a little bit of offense, and just talking to a few of the players. I think when the Penguins have the puck, they have to think offense. If it's a 50-50 puck, if you think it's right, do it. That's the type of mentality the Penguins are going to have to live by here tonight. And don't just abandon the system that you played, even though you've lost 3 games in a row. Take a look at the defense for the Pens. If you have an opportunity and you don't read the situation, then stay back. But you have to play on your toes. Don't be back on your heels. If you don't have the puck, go get it. And if you have the puck, think offense right from the forwards, right back to the defenseman.
Eddie, this is the 4th time the Penguins have changed already. Do you think that Hlinka and or the Penguins coaching staff is trying to get a read on what the reaction will be from Lindy Ruff as far as his matchup?
The matchups, and like I said, Michael, this whole series, all it takes is that one shift of getting the matchup for the Penguins that they want, where there's an advantage for having the top line out against the third-pair defenseman for the Buffalo Sabres.
Brett Warner tried to guide it onto the net, and it's played up off the boards and back to center. Kevin Stevens, Wayne Primo, and Alexei Morozov, the trio out. The Penguins have been a team that really have not done a lot of changing or moving people around in this series at all. They've pretty much stuck to their lines. Buffalo has made the majority of the changes, and Barnes now and Stevens collide. Kevin, in talking this morning, said the Penguins must really take a very aggressive attitude towards this game and He said physically, I've got to be involved. He's not 100%. There's no question about that. But he said, I've got to go out and I've got to put some licks on people early because I got to get in the game.
There's no question. He's playing on one leg. Let's just put it that way. I mean, this is a guy that's battered just like a lot of other players in the National Hockey League. And Big Artie is going out there doing the best that he can. But you're right. The Penguins are going to look for emotion and leadership in veteran guys. That's one thing that you can never underestimate. And I know winning the Stanley Cup in New York in my days of depending on guys that have been there. And that's so important as Mario Lemieux is back on the ice after having a little collision there with Verrata. So good to see the big guy back out on the ice.
And a half in, the Penguins make another change. And here's Herdina off the left wing boards with Yager and Lemieux. Lemieux with the puck to the left side. Blocking the interference, a heavy shot, the first of the night. And it's Hasek smothering that one. Keeping possession for a face-off in the Buffalo zone. And the Penguins very quickly got the puck to Andrew Ference. He led the Penguin defenseman in scoring here in this series. He and Laukkonen teamed up together. Mark Bergevin out of the lineup again tonight for the Pens.
Well, here a great play by the defense for the Pittsburgh Penguins. But take a look. The shot's going to come. Nobody in front of the net on Dominik Hasek, and he's going to give the opportunity. He's going to stop 99.9% of those shots. So the Penguins have to figure out a way. You take a look right here. There's nobody coming. There's nobody on the way. Everybody's watching a shot by Ference. You got to get to the front of the net. So the anticipation is something the Penguins have to do a little bit better to get in front of Dominik Hasek.
The Sabres now with the puck. Bring it on the center. They made a change to put Curtis Brown's line on here to match up against Lemieux. Verrata's not been enough escapes. No penalty called. The play will go on. The right side to James Patrick. 37-year-old defenseman. Gun it to the goal. And it hops right by Hedberg. He's trying to throw it around over to Jan Herdina. Herdina took it back in behind the net to Andrew Ference. Just underway, period number 1. This is game 6 of this series between the Penguins and the Buffalo Sabres. Buffalo leads 3-2, and you must win 4 to capture the series and move on to play for the conference final championship. And then the next step would be the Stanley Cup final. Ian Moran simply plays it off the sideboards, and the carry back into Buffalo territory. Jason Woolley, former Penguin, who has 4 points in the series against the Pens. Kasparaitis back to play it. Ian Moran teamed up. They were a lot this year together on the defensive end for the Penguins. The Penguins put a 4th line out here with Milan Kraft, Corbet. They move Joseph Baranek, who returns. Out of the net to get the puck will be Hasek, and he throws it back to Richard Smellick, who has gotten stronger game by game. But Kraft picks the pocket of the Sabres in front of Corbet. Good shot, better save by Hasek. Dominik Hasek stopping René Corbet from 15 feet away, and they jam up in front of the goal. There's Baranek. And Chris Gratton. I think we're going to get coincidental penalties here, though.
I think Chris Gratton's going to be the only one going here, Mike. René Corbet went right in there after a great save by Hasek. But Dominik Hasek gets out of his net, and a great job by Joe Baranek to force Richard Smellick. And here comes Milan Kraft. He takes a look. He stops behind, throws it in front. Great save by Dominik Hasek. And right before that, watch this chance for the Buffalo Sabres just through the legs and by the left post. You take another look at a great look from our great crew here in the Berg. And off the inside left pad of Johan Hedberg. And another chance right after that with Curtis Brown right in the face of Johan Hedberg. The puck just went wide. There Chris Gratton takes a bad penalty right in front. René Corbet after the shot had the good opportunity. Hasek with the save. He went to the front of the net. What you're trying to do is cause some havoc, and you play until you hear the whistle. We made mention about the Penguins trying to bump Dominik Hasek. Those are the little plays right there with people coming on you. You're not going to pull up, and Gratton takes the penalty.
Robert Lang back here with Jaromir Jagr and Mario Lemieux. So the Penguins put Robert Lang back in somewhat of a familiar situation. He played a lot in the first half of the season on the power play. With Lemieux's return, that changed a little bit. But he's out here up front now as the Penguins race through center. Marty Straka jamming in behind the net. Hasek comes up with a puck, plays it himself off the window, and Ference with a good effort to keep it into the right point. Andrew Ference battling Satan and goes between the circles, and Richard Smellick is playing with a badly bruised bone in his foot. As I mentioned, he's getting stronger every game. Their defense, I think, is very underrated, Buffalo Sabres. Here comes Robert Lang on to Jagr, makes a pass to the left side of Lemieux, turns on a dime, turns it over to Straka, slap shot, save made, rebound. On to Lemieux it goes. Curtis Brown waving that stick at him. Brown's been a pest and a thorn in the side of the Penguins, but he is there, can't get it out. Straka to the left point. Right side to Ferentz. He shoots it. Hit the skate of Robert Lang. Loose in front. Yager's got it. He missed. It's Lemieux in front. Off the left wing corner boards. It will go to Mario Lemieux. So Robert Lang looks and fires on the short side. He missed. And the puck pushed ahead by the Buffalo Sabres. Verana guns it up ice, and the Penguins are down to 40 seconds to go on the penalty to Chris Gratton of the Sabres.
Just great movement by the Penguins, passing the puck back to the point. Marty Straka not trying to be too cute, and the Penguins taking the puck to the front of net. People in front. That's so important on the power play. Hasek can't stop that play, and it goes behind the goal. James Patrick spins it around here. Doug Gilmour trying to get it out. Johnson throws it around behind the boards, and Lemieux is after the biscuit. Falls to his knees, gets the puck in behind the net to Yager. Open net. He trying to fire it in front. Pushed away by the glove of Hasek. Onto the left point, and Laukkonen right side to Johnson. Heavy shot, he missed. Along the far boards, Laukkonen and Johnson can't get to it, and the Penguins will fail on power play chance number 1. Here's the Sabres coming back with the puck. It's Gilmour, and he is stopped neatly by Hans Johnson. Can't send it ahead. The Penguins are now 3 for 21 against the Sabres in the power play. Came in at 15%. The Penguins penalty killing against Buffalo has been even more impressive. They haven't had a whole lot of power play goals in the chances they've had. Oh, aggressive as Hasek, and every time the puck comes in, he wants to get out there and play it. And Yager made a great play to steal the puck from him.
Dominic, in the first 2 games of this series, maybe 3, started off, was very similar to that. And then he kind of tailed off a little bit. Here comes Barnes, rushing through to the Penguins in. Damn it to the left wing corner, but he's back to his old self, if you will, here, going after every loose puck. And that was the call on Hedberg when he first came up, too, and he's settled down. He doesn't go after as many pucks or quite as continuously as he did. Remo plays it off the board.
Sorry, Mike. I mean, all he's trying to do is help his defenseman. People may say, well, why would a goaltender come out and be like that? With the pressure of the Penguins and knowing it's do or die tonight, just trying to help his defense to set up the puck or make some plays to get the puck going the other way.
J.P. Dumont along with Hines. Barnes will peel off now and go to the Sabres bench. Around the boards where Hines will pick up the mail. He's looking for Chris Gratton. That's not going to happen. Herdino rambles through to the Buffalo zone. Jan Herdino to the pins. Over to Corbeil, and a heavy shot save. Rebound. Herdino missed the gate. Dave Andrechuk coming up. Floats it onto the Penguins end, and Ferentz back to play the puck. Moves right away from a check there by Stephen Hines. A steal for momentarily, but now Ferentz gets it out of traffic. This will be an icing call against the Penguins, and James Patrick will touch it, and we'll be back.
PENN Telecom, the total telecommunications company. Call us today. We'll show you 50 ways you can save money with total telecommunications. PENN Telecom, the cure for the common phone company.
It's party time, and what could be better than Uncle Charlie's sausage?
Uncle Charlie!
We use only the finest ingredients and no preservatives in all of our meat products to ensure that they are the best.
Uncle Charlie!
Uncle Charlie's sausage is made locally with that hometown flavor, and it has 40% less fat.
Uncle Charlie, can we eat now?
Sure, kids, but remember, folks, if it doesn't say Uncle Charlie's on the label, then it's not Uncle Charlie's.
Grandpa, we love Uncle Charlie's sausage!
And you will too, folks.
Tonight of battles in Pittsburgh. The Penguins fight to stay alive in the Stanley Cup playoffs in Game 6 against the Sabres. We've got the story on Pittsburgh Sports Tonight. And the Pittsburgh kid, Paul Spadafora, defends his lightweight title outdoors on the South Side. Plus, the Pirates are fighting for respectability. They take on the Cardinals in St. Louis. Your teams, your town, your show. Tonight after the game on Pittsburgh Sports Tonight.
And welcome back. Tonight's Pittsburgh.com hot topic. Who should play the points on the Penguins power play? Log on to Pittsburgh.com's Penguins message board and let us know what you think. Pittsburgh.com, link to life in the Burgh.
Just a little piece in tribute to the Penguins series against the New Jersey Devils back in 1991, in which Frank Pietrangelo is starting goal for the Penguins, and Frankie's in attendance here. They put his Mug up there on the jumbotron. Do a nice response. Lead pass. Here's Kovalev behind the defense. Walks in. Missed the net. Kovalev with a golden chance there. And he's back after the puck along the left wing board. It's a rare breakdown for the Buffalo Sabres through this series. And the hook is Kovalev. Penley coming up against a Finneganoff. And the Penguins will go right back to the power play. Now, how this play developed, I'm not quite sure. Because out of nowhere came Kovalev streaking through center ice. But as he tried on the breakaway, he just simply missed.
Well, here Alexei Kovalev, after missing that opportunity, gets pulled down by a Finneganoff. And what a great play by Robert Lang. Gets it up to Alexei Kovalev in all alone. With Doug Gilmour trying to pressure him. He's got the puck on the side and has Hasek down. But you take a look right here. Shot just goes wide, and what you're trying to do coming in on that breakaway opportunity. You think that went off the knob of his stick?
I think it may have. I do. I think it might have. I think he just may have put his stick at an angle where it just hit the knob of the shaft of the stick and deflected wide.
Well, the key is on a breakaway is you want to make the goaltender go down or make a move first. Kovalev brings his stick right back, and it might have went off the knob of his stick. The goaltenders, the reason that they put that extra tape at the top of their stick is so they can hold on to it. It doesn't slip out of their hands so easy. Almost like the knob on the baseball bat, so it doesn't fall out of the batter's hand. Same thing with the goaltender hockey stick. Great try by Kovalev. I'd love to see the Penguins get another opportunity like that. Fake to the forehand, get Hasek down, and get the puck upstairs, Mike. Remember Marty Straka's penalty shot opportunity, he went straight in. And there Gilmour was chasing Kovalev. You'd like to be able to come in on an angle on Hasek, because pretty much more times than not, he's just going to fall right over. You got to try to get the puck upstairs. I think Kovalev had him beat. Might have went off the knob of his stick. But a great play by Robert Lang in the neutral zone.
Penguins on their second power play chance. Finneganoff, Maxim Finneganoff in the penalty box. And the Penguins have outshot Buffalo 4-1. This one eerily kind of reminds one of Game 3 of this series, when the Penguins came back home and dominated the first period of play. They had 3 power play chances against the Sabres, couldn't convert. And the Sabres rallied then and won that game to make it a 2-1 advantage for the Penguins. The Penguins faced with another situation here where they might be able to take the lead early against Buffalo. Here's Marty Straka. The other thing, though, that's bothering the Penguins is back-to-back games they've given up shorthanded goals, and that's in the back of your mind as a player. On the left side, here's Jagr. Jagr goes to Straka. Straka around behind the net. Penguins using Straka and Ference here as their point man now in the power play. Straka wheels it over to Ference. Ference relays it to Jaromir Jagr. Lemieux plants himself in front of Dominik Hasek. Jagr pulls back. Ference is going to go in towards the net. Kind of a strange looking play here. Jagr along the boards behind the goal to Lemieux. Out of Kevin Stevens. Stevens battling for it. Jagger's over to beat everybody to it. Lemieux settles in, goes to the left point area. Straka driven towards the goal. Off the boards. Picked up by Jaromir Jagr. Around to Mario Lemieux, number 66, and he is challenged there by Rhett Warner, who has done that all series long. He has found a way to get the puck away from Mario Lemieux.
He's gone for his hands, and that's the key. You can't try to go for his body because he's too big. He goes for his hands and just poked it up. His glove off, and the puck went right off his stick, right out into the neutral zone.
Gilmour took a swipe at it, but it goes wide to him, and it comes on now to Stephen Hines. Hines on the left wing pulls up and shoots it, and a good save there. The rebound off to the Penguins. Here comes Alexei Morozov. 8 seconds to go in the Finneganoff penalty. On to the left wing boards for Robert Lang. The Penguins are flying out here in this first period. Hines has lost his stick for the Sabres. An attempted pass by Lang. Hit the skate of Hines. Here him three. Finneganoff just on. Comes in and scores. He beats Hedberg, and it's 1-0 Buffalo. Maxim Finneganoff. And the Buffalo Sabres strike first. What a beautiful move that was by a Finneganoff. That is, when you talk about bounces going your way, right now they are for the Sabres. Watch his whole play if you go way back in. Now watch.
Went right off of Hines' right skate, and the Finneganoff came right out of the box. And as a player, Mike, when you're in the penalty box, you're hoping you get a breakaway. I mean, you say to the guy that's sitting in the penalty box that's going to open the door, I'm going to get a breakaway. And sure enough, what a great move. A la Tony Amani, the Chicago Blackhawks, coming right in, fakes to the backhand, stops, and comes back the other way, and Johan Hedberg was going for that poke check. And you remember, Mike, in those first 2 games of this series, that's something Johan Hedberg did. He did it against Barnes. He did it against Gilmour. Here he tries against a Finneganoff. 1-0 lead for Buffalo.
Hines will get an assist to skate well. Here comes J.P. Dumont of the Buffalo Sabres, wristing one off the shoulder of Hedberg. Stu Barnes comes over trying to get to it. Kasparaitis of the Penguins fields the puck, and on to center now, where it's cut off for the Buffalo Sabres. They can't get in. Corbet counterattacking, goes to Joseph Baranek. He moves in tight. And swept away by Dominik Hasek. And remember the breakaway chance by Kovalev as this game moves along. You don't know where it's going to end up. Drop pass off, and Dumont's shot. The Penguins had 2 early power play chances. They couldn't score. Buffalo comes right out of the penalty box, and Maxima Finn again off the youngster. 20 years of age, cashes in and makes it 1-0 Sabres. This will be Bob Bugner. Bugner taps it down the boards and then behind the Buffalo cage. Brett Warner. Hard to believe at 25 you can call him a veteran now. I mean, he's been around, it seems, really for about 10 years. Not quite that long. He played with the '96 Florida Panthers, and the team played so well against the Penguins that year.
And some good guys to learn from as well.
And here's Struck along the left side. Challenged quickly by Stephen Hines. Onto the right wing boards. Kovalev trying to find some open space, and he can't. It is jammed away back into Penguin real estate, but must have hit somebody in the penalty box. We'll be back.
It's going to be a penalty, I think, Mike. Yep.
We'll be back. 1-0 Sabres.
The ballpark, the last bastion of brotherhood. A world where strangers pass each other's food, drink, and hard-earned cash. Where a simple beer man hands off a frost-brewed Coors Light, trusting not a drop of Rocky Mountain refreshment is lost along the journey. Hand to hand, man to man, until it reaches its rightful owner.
Hey, beer man, where's the rest of my Coors Light?
Fellas, have you no shame?
Number of major Pittsburgh banks that still want to be a bank. That's the value of a dollar.
If you were loading the Ark today, what would you bring? The E-Class, perhaps the most desirable car in the world.
Number of major Pittsburgh banks that offer a checking account with no monthly fee, regardless of balance. That's the value of a dollar.
The Buffalo Sabres will get the power play in the penalty box. Alexei Kovalev of the Penguins. 10:55. A cross-checking call to the Penguin forward. And Jason Woolley handles the puck. He and Alexei Zhitnik will be the 2-point men. Now how about Det, Gilmore, and Miro Shatan on that front line. The Penguin penalty killers will be Primo and Lemieux. Buffalo just 3 for 28 in the series against the Penguins. Percentage of 10.7%. The Penguin penalty killing has been tremendous.
You know, Mike, and also it's been outstanding, but the Penguins have been really close to getting a shorthanded goal, too. So nothing better right now than the do or die, especially being down 1 goal to get a shorthanded goal. Kill the penalty first, but they've been very close in a lot of situations in the series.
And that's interesting, and I'm saying how tremendous the Penguin penalty killing has been, and I want to further the thought if I get an opportunity here. Back over to the right wing side, and it's Donald Audet. And here is Ian Moran throwing the puck down the boards and back in behind the Buffalo net. A minute to go in the penalty to Kovalev. Buffalo makes a wholesale change here, up front anyway. And Zhitnik will bring it on to center circle and blast it in behind. Goaltender Hedberg will knock it down. Comes to Hrdina, do it behind the net. Grattan right there over to the right side to Zhitnik. Inside Zhitnik now towards the goal area. Comes behind to Dave Andreychuk, who has made a living on the National Hockey League scoring goals from just that area. Around the cage, but the Penguins floated on to center. And the Penguins hurriedly make a change here in the penalty killers. Off to Dmitry Kalina. Into the right wing corner it goes. Behind the net. Battling his 6'5" Grattan against the smaller Ferentz. Penguins can't move it out. Back over pass by Zitnik over to the old man Hines. He fakes a shot. Ran to the right point. Good footwork there by Zitnik. The Hines moving to the goal. Strides it for a goal on the short side of Look, or between the legs of Hedberg. And the save is made by the Penguin goaltender.
Well, great footwork up at the top by Alexei Zitnik, but the play was made on a giveaway by Yanni Laukin, and he had a chance to fire the puck all the way down and left his partner out to dry. Andy Ferentz in front, battling in front. You want to score goals over 500 in an NHL career? Dave Andrzejczuk, number 52 in front, bumping and grinding in front. Steve Hines walked, and Johan Hedberg with a big save. But battling in front of the net is so important on a power play. The Penguins did a great job on their 2 power plays of getting people in front of the net.
Well,
look at Mario Lemieux.
You know, I talked about the Penguins so good in killing penalties, but one of the problems is that Lemieux has been killing a lot of those penalties. So his ice time, he's the highest member of anybody in the playoffs left. Ice time per game. Palffy is number 2 for the Kings, but it takes its toll. As well as he plays to kill penalties, it takes its toll later in the game. And neither he nor Jágr in the last 3 games, maybe 4, Mario have had a shot on goal in the 3rd period in the series against Buffalo. And so it's a blessing on one side of the equation and a little tough on you too, and all it takes out of you. We'll be back with the icing call.
If only your house could talk, what would it say?
A little house like me deserves a beautiful garden.
Even if you've never planted a seed before, come to Lowe's, because we have certified nursery specialists who will help you choose the perfect plant. And every plant we sell is guaranteed to last.
Just look at this garden. It's like I have a whole other room in the house.
Lowe's, improving home improvement.
Now through Memorial Day, spend $250 on your Lowe's card and get 6 months, no payments, no finance charges.
Well, you can guarantee a seat for the next year's season. Right now, deposits are now being taken for our full season and 20-plus game plans. Call 1-800-642-PENNS. That's 1-800-642-PENNS for the 2001-2002 tickets, season tickets. Deposits are being taken right now.
1-0 Buffalo here in the first period. Doug Gilmour on the assignment against Kraft. And the puck is lifted back to center. Dmitry Kalinin. He's been another very steady performer, a +4 in this series against the Penguins. Board here with Warner. They lost Jay McKee, and that's where I think you really have to give the Sabres a lot of credit in their ability to put together a defense after losing McKee and having Smelik out with a bad foot. Here on the left side is Milan Kraft. Jágr hammers it towards the net, and it's off the blocker of Dominik Hasek. Very cool in that net area. Jágr behind the goal, throws it back over to the left side. Here's Kasparaitis shooting, and that's blocked. Gets it again. He will try again. On towards the net and misfires. Penguins have Jágr out here double shifting with Kraft and Kevin Stevens. Sabres in a little trouble right now, and have been again off the lone goal scorer in the game. Lays it around the boards and back down towards the Penguins end. Ian Moran to Jágr. Bolting through on the right side to Stevens, trying to give it back to Jágr, and he will. Leans in, goes to Stevens. In front of Lemieux, stopped and rocked by Hasek. Oh, Mario Lemieux from 10 feet away. Hasek caught him at the last second out of the corner of his eye, and he robs the Penguins 66. Wow. Watch this save. Crockett doesn't shoot it. Lemieux will. He shoots and scores!
Mario Lemieux is back on the ice, and the best way to see him next season is with a Penguins season ticket plan. Deposits for 2001-2002 season tickets are being accepted now, and some season ticket plans start as low as $17 a seat. Mario Magic has returned to the Igloo, and you'll want to be there all season long to see it. Call 1-800-642-PENNS.
Oh, my. Wow. I didn't think 2 people could do that. Huh.
Dude, great picks.
More amazing than the places you'll go in a Jeep Wrangler are the things you'll do with a Jeep Wrangler. Now get a no-charge automatic on select Wranglers. Check one out at your Jeep dealer.
look at former Penn Stu Barnes. Now it's time for the Lowe's improvement. Take a look at the last 4 games, 4 goals, previous 7. The big goose egg, and that is a Lowe's improvement. Let's look at Kevin Stevens, who made a great play along the boards. He gets hit along the boards. Yager stays with it, gives it back to Stevens. Right out to Lemieux, and a great save by Dominic Hasek. Give and go.
We talked about Lemieux, and he is out here now with a couple of new line mates. Siplikov coming in, couldn't pull the trigger. Brown puts it in front, and a turning shot there by Verata. Misses the net. Not sure if Verata was going to shoot it or looking for Brown at the edge of the crease. 1-0 Sabres here in game 6. And up in the air when it's flagged down by Richard Smellick. Now look at the Sabres. Shots are dead even at 5 apiece, and the Penguins caught it outside the blue line and brought it in. They had somebody inside that zone. The puck must precede the man. So if it comes out of the zone, you bring it back in. That's an offside play, and it stops right there, and you get a face-off at that point.
Mike, I like the way special hello. I was in Toronto last night. I got a chance to work on NHL radio and do that game, Toronto, New Jersey, and I flew back this morning. And the people at US Air were real kind. Captain Richard Arns and Michael Schmidt, first officer, and Kathleen Rands and Joanne Kurtz were nice enough to say hello, and big fans of yours, of course. I mean, I think they're fans.
What did they do? Put you in a cockpit or what?
Oh, I went up there. I did. I said hello.
Man, where's the sucker? Where are your wings? You got your wings?
Got those on my jacket, so I'd like to say hello. They're big Penguin fans and hoping for a Penguin victory tonight.
Folks at US Airways
Get the line!
been around here a long, long time. And Robert Lang trying to direct it down into the Buffalo zone. He hops behind the net. Red Warner will take that puck and jam it up off the boards and out of the zone again. This is Bob Buchner onto the left side to Robert Lang. Trying to lean in on Donald Odette. Throws it back to Kovalev. Kovalev, Lang, and Straka. The trio. So strong in the regular season, but they lose the puck now, and the Sabres again push it ahead back to center.
Oh, good job there by Marty Straka, coming all the way back, pressuring the puck, and that's something the Penguins do really well.
Here comes Straka now. Pulls up, turns, and shoots it. Save is made by Hasek, and he just seems to be reading everything ahead of the play. The anticipation of Hasek, I think, tonight is remarkable, at least in the first period. He is getting there before that shooter makes a play, and I'm not talking guys that score 2 goals a year. We're talking some big-time goal scorers here. He is in position before they get that shot off, and he's making it look easy. Off the board. Here's Stevens on to Lemieux. Lemieux in the slot. One right by Yager's blade. And Verata. And the Sabres sneak it on the center. Here comes Yager playing with a bad shoulder. Goes on to the left side, but it's jammed away by the Sabres again. Corralled by Ian Moran. The Penguin defenseman dump it back into the left wing corner. James Patrick to the Sabres. His partner Woolley, that missed his stick, and it comes to Jaromir Jagr. And his pass to the left wing point. Too far for Darius Kasparaitis.
I think the Penguins would be beneficial for them to keep the puck out of the middle of the ice, and especially in the neutral zone, use their speed wide, make this defense for the Buffalo Sabres turn and go wide, and then create some people in front of the net. Well, coming up after the game, it's Pittsburgh Sports Tonight. It's 30 minutes of nightly sports news completely dedicated to the home teams throughout Pittsburgh. For regional highlights and in-depth interviews, catch Pittsburgh Sports Tonight immediately after our game, only on Fox Sports Net. Well, Marty Straka, after getting pulled down a little bit, still great hand-eye coordination on his knees. And Alexei Kovalev was taken down to the right of your screen. I'm surprised there was no call there by Verata on the back check. But you're right, the anticipation.
You know, and you're looking
Dominic
at that at home. They're looking at home, and it looks like it's a relatively easy save, but it really wasn't. Eddie, I didn't think anyway.
Because he was falling to his knees, and you had somebody barreling down on you like Kovalev was. He's just reading the situation. I think the Penguins got to maybe hold on to that puck a second longer, make him go down, get him moving out of position.
In front again, and Zitnik broke it up, and Miro Shatan. Give it to anybody. Wayne Primo, the former Sabre. Flip it up to Ferentz, and it goes back into Buffalo ice. Like again to come after him, we get an icing call.
We talk about the saves of Dominic Hasek here in this game 6. We go back a little bit, back in game 3. Great pass by Lemieux to Kovalev. And look at the positioning here. Marty Straka goes straight in on Dominik Hasek. You're not going to score on a breakaway if you go straight in. And what a great pass there by Jágr to Lemieux. Hasek stacking his pads, going from side to side. And you see on both those opportunities, him going side to side, falling right down with those big pads. So the Penguins got to try to hold on to the puck a second longer to get that puck. And when you do, get that puck upstairs. Oh, that was beautiful, that Fox box.
Here's Chris Gratton, who has been the key man in this series, face-off-wise for the Buffalo Sabres. We'll talk a little bit about face-offs when we get a chance, but Gratton has won 62% of his face-offs, by far more than any other player in this series. And surprisingly, the face-offs, with the Penguins being last in the league or next to last in the regular season, those are just a percentage point behind. 51-49 the percentages. The Sabres winning the draw. Take a look at the leaders in the NHL, however, coming into action tonight. And we'll see some strong numbers. This is Kasparaitis on to Ian Moran. Moran down the boards and up to the Buffalo stripe. Dmitry Kalinin over to Rhett Warner. 1-0 Sabres, and Maxim Afinogenov goal. After the Penguins had failed on a power play, and Afinogenov came streaking out of the penalty box, grabbed the loose puck and went in and scored against Johan Hedberg. And that puck into the seats. You see Bobby Boughner.
Let's look at Bobby Boughner, the battle right off the face-off. And folks, when you come to a hockey game, watch the extracurricular stuff that goes on. Not necessarily follow the puck all the time, but the puck moves up the ice. You got Andreychuk and Boughner battling all the way, trying to get position. The stick goes between the legs. Boughner tries to draw the penalty. Two veteran guys, two great team guys, and had a good talk today with Bobby Boughner, just feeling that guys like the way that they play for the most part, just having to finish in the job, get the job done, play with confidence, and don't sit back.
Dave Andreychuk, who has 572 regular season lifetime goals, 38 more in the playoffs. 610 goals in his National Hockey League career for Dave Andreychuk.
He has the Hockey Hall of Fame written all over it.
Here comes Robert Lang. A giveaway, and Dumont with good speed coming out of the Penguins in one-on-one against Kasparaitis, onto the net. He gets the shot away. Johan Hedberg again makes the play. Penguin goaltender. Overlay with the Pens will turn around, looking for somewhere to go with that puck. Moves around Stu Barnes. Moves around a second man in Dumont. Let's see where he ends up. He'll throw it down the boards, and here's again out of the net to move the puck with less than a minute to go. Barnes plays it up the boards, but it comes right to Laukkonen. Laukkonen's wrister blocked by Hasek. Loop, open net. Lang can't find it. Now put it right back into Hasek's body. Hasek returned and got back in front. Kovalev whacking away at Zitnik and Stu Barnes. Robert Lang again. He'll relay it behind the net, and Hasek goes after it. He left it for Rhett Warner. Warner is bumped by Kevin Stevens. And Zitnik just plays the puck quickly out of his own end to get the icing call here and get a little relief. And they will do that. And here's Dominik Hasek leaving the net wide open. Could the Penguins cash in? Nope, couldn't do it.
Well, coming up on Saturday, May 19th, join us for a look back at the life of one of Pittsburgh's most loved figures, Pops, Willie Sargent. A tribute to Pops will air Saturday, May 19th, right here on Fox Sports Net. We talked about Dominik Hasek. Look how far out he is out of his net here, but look at people in front. It's so important to have traffic, and watch this opportunity by Robert Lang. The puck's going to go right out, a wide open net, and it goes off the left skate of Alexei Zitnik along with James Patrick, but two defensemen on one side. Hasek way out of the net. Straka doing a great job. I think anytime that he gets out of the net, I think the Penguins got to try to bump him and throw him off his game, as long as it's within a boundary of good taste. You know that, Mike.
Oh, I know that, Edzo. Here's Ferentz. Leaving the puck for Jaromir Jágr. It's amazing that puck hit five or six different people, and then it ends up again. Who's it hit? Finally, the goaltender again. Hasek somehow's got himself righted. So the Buffalo Sabres in the first period get the only goal. And at the end of one period, the scoreboard reads, the Sabres won, the Penguins nothing. Stan Saverin's coming up next. Stay tuned for the first intermission report. And that is all just moments away.
Pride. It's about dedication and commitment and believing in what you do. At Summit Academy, we believe in our mission of shaping bright young students into successful young men, and we are currently looking for qualified individuals who share our dedication and commitment. If you're interested in a rewarding career you can take pride in, contact the Human Resource Department at 412-885-5200. Summit Academy, where pride still matters.
A few tips on how to buy appliances. First, go to the only place that carries all 6 top brands. This is preferable to a place that carries 2 or 3 brands. Next, go to a place that'll guarantee they'll match any price, period. Finally, go to a place where they have lots of experience. 75 years ought to do it. And the best tip of all, just go to Sears, where you'll always find the good life at a great price, guaranteed.
This is Jim Rome. Tonight on The Last Word, a return appearance by one of our all-time favorite guests, the one and only Don King. Let's face it, he's mental. Plus, I'll tell you how Juwan Howard got over for that clock job on Derek Anderson, 11:30 tonight on Fox Sports Net.
The legend that is Tiger Woods returns to the PGA Tour. Tiger is back, gunning for his 4th straight tour victory. The Verizon Byron Nelson Classic. Coverage begins Thursday on Fox Sports Net.
In my next life, I'd like to come back as a tree.
I'd like to come back as a rainbow.
I'd like to come back as a bird. They're so free. My next life, I'd like to be me again.
Me too.
Me too.
And me too.
When you win $1,000 a week for life, it just doesn't get any better. 40 people have already won, so play this instant and come back a winner.
Michael Edo owns a Hyundai Elantra.
I drive 1,000 miles a week, and the gas mileage is outstanding.
Kiplinger's Personal Finance says the Elantra is the best new car in its class. It comes with the freedom of America's best warranty and a long list of standard features, including front and side airbags and air conditioning.
It drove like a much more expensive car.
The Hyundai Elantra at just $13,294. It's a solid value. Hyundai and the Jimmy Fund, helping kids fight cancer.
You're watching Fox Sports Net.
Penguins hockey on Fox Sports Net is brought to you by Toyota, the first choice for quality and value. And by Coors Light, frost-brewed Coors Light. Tap the Rockies.
Boy, it's getting to the point you're almost shudder when the Penguins do get a power play. They've given up 2 shorthanders, and tonight's goal had all the trappings of a shorty. Joining us now is Penguin winger Kevin Stevens. Kevin, first goals in the playoffs tend to be pretty big. Was that deflating for you guys?
Not really. That was one of those plays, you know, I was lucky again. I hit the guy's skate, and perfect timing. He's coming out of the box, and next thing you know, it's in our net. But really has nothing to do with the way we're playing. It's just one of those bounces where, you know, if that guy comes out a second later or whatever, it's by him. But it's a big goal for them, but we're still in there. We're down 1-0. No big deal.
You wanted to push the accelerator to the floor, generate more offense, more hitting, and you've done that. You've created more room and more offense tonight so far.
Yeah, we got 40 minutes left. It's not a big deal. We're down 1-0, but obviously we'd like to have, you know, be up that goal, but that's the way it goes sometimes. We're getting our chances, and we just keep plugging away.
All right, Kevin, thanks a lot. Get it back. The Penguins are down 1-0 at the end of 1 period. This, of course, Game 6, down 3 games to 2. You don't have to be Clarence Campbell to figure out what is facing the Pittsburgh Penguins. When we come back, a Pittsburgh Sports Tonight update.
You want it? Go get it. PittsburghPenguins.com. Powered by eToll. Get it straight from the source. The latest Penguins news, game results, and video highlights. Order tickets and merchandise online. Access player profiles and stats. Listen to our live radio broadcasts. Sign up for our email news service. And much, much more. PittsburghPenguins.com. Powered by eToll. Are you wired?
This year, the entire season unfolds on one network. Fox.
This is my house. I call it the Calhoun House of Cheddar. This is my wall of cheese. I love cheese, as you can see. Oh, boy. Cheddar England. Ground zero for us cheddar lovers.
If you love cheddar, nothing's more delicious than Wendy's Cheddar Lovers Bacon Cheeseburger.
This is my first cheesehead hat that I got from my dad when I...
Bacon, sauteed onions, and tons of cheddar.
To the man who put the 2 E's in cheese, Dave Thomas.
Come try Wendy's Cheddar Lovers Bacon Cheeseburger.
The big cheese.
And now our pickup window's open at 1 a.m. so you can eat great even late.
See you later.
Dodge Ram has inspired considerable change in pickups. And it's been the inspiration for change among pickup owners as well. In just 4 years, more than 1 million households have switched to Dodge trucks. It seems when the owners of those other trucks get a good look at Ram, they begin to see things differently. Now get up to $2,000 cash allowance or low APR financing on Dodge Ram.
At 84 Lumber, we've always believed one thing. In the hands of a real pro, even the simplest piece of wood can become a work of art. Let's all sit back and watch these artists at work.
Home Depot is a great store for the neighborhood and the community, and Mayor Murphy worked 24/7 to make this deal happen. And the other guy, he looked good at the groundbreaking.
Bob O'Connor's taking credit for everything but the sun. It's shameless. That's why we call him Shameless O'Connor.
I've known Tom Murphy for 20 years. When he says he's going to do something, he does it. Bob O'Connor hasn't told us a thing about what he would do. He's not ready for a big job like mayor.
This is your Pittsburgh Sports Update from the Fox Sports News Desk.
Good evening, I'm Rob King. We'll get you back to Mellon Arena in just a few minutes, but first it's time for a quick Pittsburgh Sports Tonight intermission update. The Pirates' brief 2-game winning streak was halted last night at the hands of Matt Morris and the St. Louis Cardinals. Morris surrendered just 4 hits. The Bucks committed 4 errors, and Pirates pitching allowed 3 home runs. Hopefully things a little bit better at Busch Stadium tonight. Start time in just about 10 minutes or so. Jimmy Anderson will be looking for his 3rd win this season for the Buccos. He's been their best pitcher so far this season, ERA of 2.97. Andy Bennett's going for the Cards. He's 1-2 with a whopping 8.10 ERA. More pitching news now, and Jason Schmidt could pitch as early as this Friday in Milwaukee on the Bucs' current road trip. Schmidt pitched 7 shutout innings Saturday in Altoona, topped out at 94 miles per hour. He's been tossing on the side the past couple days in St. Louis. He should pitch on this road trip, barring any setbacks. Meanwhile, Francisco Cordova received the results of his MRI today. He has a sprained ligament in his elbow, which will put him back on the shelf. Cordova is being shut down for 7 days. He will be reevaluated after that. Well, it's hockey night in Pittsburgh. It's also a fight night in the Burgh. Paul Spadafora puts his IBF lightweight belt on the line against Joel Perez. Tonight's fight will be under the stars over the IC Light Amphitheater. His first outdoor title fight in Pittsburgh since Ezzard Charles and Jersey Joe Walcott fought back in 1951 at Forbes Field. Spadafora says he's ready to go.
I feel real strong. I made 135. I didn't make it easy. I didn't make it hard, but I made it just right. And I can't wait to get out in front of Pittsburgh and do the best I can. You always got to be on your toes because there's every day there's somebody out here wanting to take your title from you, you know what I'm saying? There's always going to be somebody hungry. But I find it easy because I'm always hungry. I love boxing and I love fighting, and there ain't nothing in the whole world that I wouldn't rather do.
Spadafora's 5th title defense, and he's got to be in line for some big money fights down the line if he can continue to win. You see the 135-pound weight limit, both Spadafora and Perez right at that. Spadafora has an inch in height and a 2-inch reach advantage. He is undefeated in 32 fights with 14 KOs. He's also 4 years younger than Perez. Coming up tonight, after the Pens and Sabres, we'll have a complete wrap-up live from the Mellon Arena, including post-game reaction. We'll also update the Bucs and Cards from Busch Stadium, and Paul Spadafora defends his IBF Lightweight Championship. That's over at the IC Light Amphitheater, and that's all coming up after the game. Maxim Afinogenov gets a rather fortunate bounce coming out of the penalty box. Sabres lead 1-0 on that breakaway goal. We'll send you back out to Mellon Arena for the second period with Mike Lang and Eddie Olczyk right after this.
performance. Added room. Added fuel efficiency. Added style. Added power. Go ahead, you do the math. The all-new Civic. Amazing, but true. Part of the special value collection, now at your Honda dealer.
The Ay-Yays have it. Don Pablo's is #1. Muchas gracias to everyone who voted their Don Pablo's favorite America's Best. Like our lunch combos starting at just $4.99. And our El Matador Super Combo, loaded with all your favorites, now just $7.99. So get done with número uno. Don Pablo's, the real enchilada.
Tired of paying by the letter for your classified ads? Then try the free classifieds at Pittsburgh.com. Classified ads at Pittsburgh.com don't cost a single penny. And you get all the space you need to describe exactly what you're selling. Free classifieds at Pittsburgh.com. Link to life in Pittsburgh.
Some of the names that wrote the history of Pittsburgh medicine have come together to rewrite its future. So you'll still have a great choice for great health care. The West Penn Allegheny Health System, the provider of choice.
Our son was studying to be a rocket scientist, but now he has a position here in the stadium.
Hey, Dad.
Son, I'm so proud. How about serving me up one of those frost-brewed Coors Lights?
Sure, Dad, but first there's something I need from you.
I know, son. I know your mom told me. I have to show you more affection.
You actually need to show me your ID.
What?
21 means 21. No ID, no Coors Light.
But he's old enough to be your father.
Like I haven't heard that one before. It's like the tooth fairy thing all over again.
Fox.
Welcome back to the Mellon Arena. This is Game 6, Eastern Conference semifinals. The Penguins and the Buffalo Sabres. Penguins trailing Buffalo 1-0. Kind of a same old story scenario. The Buffalo Sabres really fighting off the Penguins' attack early in the game and then come out of the penalty box and bang, they lead 1-0.
Well, the Penguins had some great opportunities. As you take a look at the scoring summary, only one goal by Finneganoff. We talk about him coming out of the penalty box, and as a player, you're just dreaming for an opportunity. You get out of the box, you come in all alone, just makes a great move, and Johan Hedberg goes for the poke check. And once he made that first move of Finneganoff, who has quick speed and quick hands, goes from his right to his left and beats Johan Hedberg. But the Penguins had a couple of great chances. Kasich with a couple of great saves, but just a beautiful move to give the Buffalo Sabres a 1-0 lead after the first period.
And Verizon brings you these numbers. The Penguins out shooting the Sabres 8-6. Better with the scoring chances. Buffalo won the faceoffs by 2, and the Penguins 0 for 2 on the power play. When we come back, it'll be the second period. Yes, it will. Don't go away.
Every move, every story, totally NASCAR. Weeknights at 6.
Robert Lang, Teplice, Czech Republic.
Hockey was really big in our town, and get on a bus, go to school probably like 6 o'clock in the morning because I live in the other, town like hour and a half away. Get to school, go to practice, practice with the guys, go back home, get home like 6, 8 o'clock at night. It was really fun. Like a lot of guys made the NHL. Obviously, they've done something good, in that kind of a program, and it was just fun to be with the guys, basically year-round. Your teammates, your buddies, basically best friends.
Penguins fans, make sure you take advantage of the Penguins' new Flex 10 plan. Buy 10 tickets in any combination and get a discount off the gate price. To find out more, call today at 1-800-642-PENNS.
PENN Telecom, the total telecommunications company. Call us today. We'll show you 50 ways you can save money with total telecommunications. PENN Telecom, the cure for the common phone company.
Get your Volkswagen before someone else does. Because with offers like this, they're going fast.
Good.
Take it in, take it in.
Isn't your son on the team?
Yeah, starting center.
My daughter's a cheerleader. She's the third one from the left.
She's pretty light on her feet for a fat girl.
To the hoop! Yes!
The Last Word with Jim Rome, the only sports commentary that's truly brutally honest. Tonight at 11:30 on Fox Sports Net.
Penguins hockey on Fox Sports Net is brought to you by Chrysler. See your local Chrysler Plymouth dealer today.
We'll guarantee a seat for the 2001-2002 season right now. Deposits are now being taken for our full season and 20-plus game plans. Call 1-800-642-PENS. Now it's time for our Mario moment, brought to us by PENN Telecom. Going back to Saturday, Game 5, no stick, killing a penalty. As you talked about, Mike, last second desperation, lays down, blocks the shot. Leadership, ownership. Big guy doing it all, struggling to get off. The Penguins eventually lost that game in overtime. You take a look at Mario's first period statistics.
On pace for 27 minutes of ice time. We mentioned to you that both Yager and Lemieux had some trouble getting shots in the third period against the Sabres. Yager has not taken a third period shot in this series, in this whole series. Lemieux did not take a third period shot in either of the last two games. So
don't forget,
to that point.
And Yager's did not play in 2 of the 5 games.
Absolutely.
I thought it was a good period for the Penguins.
I do too.
They created a bunch, and I think that's what they were talking about. Just listening to comments of Kevin Stevens of just, hey, let's continue to throw the puck at the net. Let's get people in front. And really, I think they got to hold on to that puck a second longer when they get that opportunity on Hasek.
They have definitely been the stronger team in periods 1 of this series, all the way throughout. It's periods 2 and 3 that have caught the Penguins by surprise, particularly the third period, where the Sabres have been a stronger team. And it doesn't fit the pattern of what the Penguins are used to. And we say that because the Penguins were the best team in the National Hockey League on the regular season in third period play. They were a plus 30 goals for and against difference. They won a lot of games in the third period. And this is just such a shock to them to have it reversed so blatantly by the Buffalo Sabres. And you've got to give the Sabres credit. They've been able to do it.
And they battled down, and considering where they've come from in the series, being down 2-0 and fighting back in that game 3. I think you have to start right with Lindy Ruff and the whole coaching staff.
Robert Lang here to handle the draw with Kovalev and Straka. And the puck dropped, and the Penguins win a faceoff here and back behind the net. Going forward will be Robert Lang. Lang lost control of it, and Siplikov. Flip it up to center. On deep into the zone. You know, when you look at this Buffalo lineup, and of course they lost Jay McKee, and also with Eric Rasmussen out of the lineup, but the acquisitions of Audette and Hines gave Lindy Ruff that little luxury, or the Sabres, to be able to play through that, and Siplikov has come in and filled in admirably. Well, they haven't lost a beat, really. And the defense, I think, has played better. McKee, I think you'd love to have him in your lineup, but that's not been the case. I think that's where I'm more impressed than anything else, is how they've sorted up from a defensive standpoint, and their forwards have helped out dramatically, too. Here's an icing call against Buffalo.
Really, depth is so important in the playoffs, and veteran guys, and Lindy Ruff played a bunch of years in the National Hockey League, both as a defenseman and as a winger.
Well, Lindy Ruff was instrumental in shutting down the Penguins. We talked about faceoffs earlier in this game, in the Sabres, and how it's been so close in this series, but we're going to show you the top faceoff men in the playoffs remaining. And there they are. The cream has come to the very top. Yannick Perreault back up top, but Gratton and Brown, you can see 2-3 in the overall standings, with Sakic and Erdina following. So those are the top
men in the NHL right now. The teams left. Going for that puck will be Rhett Warner. Said Gratton. And so when you look ahead, and again, you have to try and think about where the series might go if it goes 7. And so in critical situations, what you would look at there is probably Gratton or Brown, obviously. I mean, but Gratton has been so strong in this series, would handle the key faceoff. Lemieux trying to pull it back in between the circles, squared away by Buffalo. Comes Kevin Stevens. Will get back into the Sabres in. Stevens takes over on the left wing. Medina takes a seat on the bench. Stevens will play out here, reunited with Lemieux, and for years starred with Mario. The steal on Lemieux. He's got Yager in front, shoots it. Oh, by Hasek. Mario looked for a moment. He usually slows it down, and he tried to pick the corner, and Hasek just reached up and pulled it out of the air like he was hunting for flies.
Well, weeknights is totally NASCAR, only on Fox Sports Net. Get the latest developments and highlights. What's gearing up for this week's race? Totally NASCAR, weeknights at 6 p.m., only on Fox Sports Net. And after the giveaway by the Buffalo Sabres, the big guy comes right in. Almost a 2-on-0 situation. That looked like that puck was even going off the net. I think Mario was trying to go short side, top shelf, and the big glove of Dominik Hasek. Stop Lemieux cold.
And again, making it look easy. He just didn't give any ground at all. And it's frustrating, boy, when you get a goaltender like that. Players then overcompensate and try and do different things. On the next play, you can bet your life Mario will then make another move and or try and find Yager. Because when you're not getting the puck by, the shot that flicks off him at the last second and goes wide of the net again. Say, how are they going to beat this guy? But if you can't appreciate what Hasek's doing right now, and we still have a lot of time left, and you really can't appreciate the game of hockey. When goaltenders get in this zone, if you will, they are fun to watch. Here comes Erdina. Erdina around Rosa. Fun to watch if you're on his team, I can tell you that. Not if you're against him. Gilmore lets the play go. Rattled was Woolley, and it comes around the wood and up the center. Bugner with the Penguin. Hauling the puck into the Sabres. In is Alexei Morozov. On down to Baranek. Misses on the stick hand side of goaltender Hasek. Richard Smellick back around the boards. The Penguins been buzzing like bees around a hive here to begin period number 2 as well.
The key here is the Penguins have made a couple changes, and the Buffalo Sabres still have the same line out. See if the Penguins can take advantage of this.
Baranek hustling up, coming to the Sabres zone. Trying to get around Richard Smellick. Just for a moment, Moran trying to get it back to the net. And Gilmore takes the puck. And he slaps it up the ice to take the pressure off. We'll be back in a moment. 1-0 Buffalo.
In a game won by inches, you have to do the homework to come out on top. Tiger Woods applied the same criteria when he chose to improve his vision with laser eye surgery. He looked for skilled surgeons, unprecedented patient care, and successful outcomes. So he chose TLC Laser Eye Centers. For a complimentary consultation, 1-888-CALL-TLC. TLC Laser Eye Centers. Experience you can trust.
Face off here to the left of the Dominator. Jitnik will guide it over here to the near side. Patrick trying to move it up the center. For that puck will be the Buffalo Sabres' Chris Graff. Moves it back behind the Penguins' neck. And the Sabres have it. They go over now to Patrick, shooting the puck off the arm of Rennie Corbet. Corbet, Kraft, and Joseph Baranek, the Penguin trio on the ice right now. He moves ahead, but he can't make anything happen here. The Sabres go after the loose puck. Gratton with speed comes against Johnson. Johnson knocked it away, but Gratton got a piece of it onto the left side, and Jitnik fires that puck just missing. Even Hines with a shot. It comes off a leg and bouncing back to center. Down along the boards and in behind the Penguin goal one more time. This time it's icing against the Buffalo Sabres. pass originated from behind center red all the way down across the red line, blue line, and the goal line. It was touched by a member of the Penguins, and that brings an icing call, and that forces the play back into Buffalo ice for a faceoff.
I think for the Penguins to continue to do what they've been doing, throwing the puck at the net, and their anticipation has been great. That last shift there with Kraft and Morozov, just outstanding body work down low. They got a chance to make the change before Buffalo could, so good hard shift, got some fresh people out there, and that's taking advantage of a mismatch opportunity when maybe a line has been out there a long time or a defensive pair. You get some fresh guys out there, bang the bodies. They continue to get people at the net. Joe Baranek had a great opportunity going from his right to his left and just shot the puck a little wide. And right before that, of course, was that glove save off the stick of Mario Lemieux.
He's up by Robert Lang and the Penguins, and Ian Moran trying to go to the net with it. It deflected off a blade and carries down to the near corner. Right back along the boards. Kasparaitis trying to look for it, and it went by him. It's Curtis Brown in the air, and a bouncing puck ran by Audette. Relatively quiet goal scoring wise in this series. That'll make you a little fearful. He had 34 in the regular season. This guy can put it in the net. And any time you've got to worry about him getting what you would consider to be his goal maybe somewhere. Ian Moran looking back, and Warner stops that attack again. Great play there again by Warner. I mean to say great, but just simple and doing the job. Robert Lang trying to press the attack. Warner's lost his stick, and Hockenden shoots it. Jumps behind the net. Marty Straka gets a piece of it over Kovalev right there. Hey! Shoots and scores! Alexei Kovalev right up the ladder, and the Penguins have tied it at 1. Oh no, Eddie Spaghetti. Kovalev ties it.
Well, what a play by Marty Straka, who stayed with the puck behind the net. Good pressure, stays with it, but watch Alexei Kovalev get the puck. He gets it, he waits. Hasek goes down, top shelf. But the pursuit by Marty Straka, a little quick, little good bounce for the Penguins finally tonight. But the patience of Alexei Kovalev, and Hasek just falls down from his left to his right, even before the shot comes off the stick of Alexei Kovalev, who had that great opportunity in the first period, and bounces back here. A big goal for the Pens. Continue with the pressure. 1-1 game.
Marty Straka will get a helper on the goal. Kovalev, the goal scorer. And the Penguins tie the game. 1-1 here in the second. Ronnie Laukkanen also assisted. Kovalev is fourth of the playoffs. Here come the Penguins driving hard. Into the near corner. Yager trying to center. Laukkanen can't come up on the play. And it is whipped back to center. Andrew Ference. Up into the penalty box, or the Penguin box area. Play is stopped. On that play, Rhett Warner, we just talked about him getting the puck out, but he lost his stick. Not that it really had that much to do with that play, but he was a defenseman in no man's land trying to come back, and he had no opportunity to come out and even reach with a stick to try and stop Kovalev in any way. And the Penguins converted, and the bounce did go their way. You'll see it again, I think, if we take another look at it.
Well, watch Alexei Kovalev. The puck's going to go behind, and that Straka's going to have it. And once Straka makes the pass to Alexei Kovalev, watch the route he takes. Stop it right here. Instead of going straight this way, he kind of comes out and bellies out, and watch Hasek fall this way. And the shot by Alexei Kovalev, and all that little bit of changing the angle got Hasek to go down. So top shelf for Alexei Kovalev. Huge goal for the Pens. Great pass by Marty Straka.
Looks as though somebody that was on the Buffalo bench got clipped with that puck and hitting the forehead or face, and has gone off to the Buffalo locker room. One of the members of their training staff takes a trip. Take a look at what's happened to him. Here are the Sabres with Smelly trying to get it back to the goal. Blocked. Johnson can't find it. Now he kicks the puck as he finally sees it. Wayne Primo around. Behind Johnson, who will direct it up the boards, and Smelly gets possession of the puck. Over to Alexei Jitnik. Saber Dave Andrechuk again. Pushing the play back into the Penguins' end. Boozer couldn't get it out. Jitnik at the left side shoots it, and that one goes into the upper deck. Here in the second, tied at 1. This goal by Kovalev.
Mario Lemieux, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
I feel that the team that we have here is very, very talented, and we just need a little bit more experience down the stretch to take this team to a different level.
Yager turns around. Over to Lemieux.
Especially this year, we have the best player in the world in Yager, and he needs a supporting cast, which I'm glad to do.
Gathered over for Corbet, back to Mario. Walked in there, Yager.
You know, I'm still the same guy. I haven't changed one bit, and I'm still, in my mind, a player.
Penguins fans, make sure you take advantage of the Penguins' new Flex 10 plan. Buy 10 tickets in any combination and get a discount off the gate price. To find out more, call today at 1-800-642-PENNS.
20 million? Are you kidding? How's my man supposed to live on 20 million a year? I need 40 million or the deal's off. Look, I want to represent you. Why? Because you boys have been getting the short end of the stick. No offense. Now, I get 50% off the top, 60% on all endorsements.
Sounds reasonable. Yes, that is fair.
I know it's a lot, but I'm worth it. Nice, huh?
Hey, can we get one of those?
No.
Fine, we don't have fingers anyway.
Welcome back. Alexei Kovalev ties the game up at 1. Tonight's Pittsburgh.com hot topic. Who should play the points on the Penguins power play? Log on to Pittsburgh.com's Penguins message board and let us know what you think. Pittsburgh.com, link to life in Pittsburgh. Huge goal by Alexei Kovalev.
Milan Kraft back of the ice here with Rene Corbet and Joseph Baranek. Penguins baby Penguin team playing Hershey in the next playoff round of the American Hockey League. They won again last night in overtime for the second straight game. They'll have a 2-game to none lead in that series, and playing, of course, without Milan Kraft, who was leading the American Hockey League in goal scoring with 12 in the playoffs before being recalled. And behind the net, Gilmore trying to put it in front, can't do it. Kraft around the boards, and Corbet lets it go. Maxim Afinogenov, who has the only goal for the Sabres. Now here with Satan and Gilmore. Bereit is trying to get into the net. He can't do it. The tall 6'3" center iceman Kraft. Over to Corbet. Corbet trying to shove it over to Baranek. Baranek's on the puck. Woolies without a stick now. And the Sabres defenseman, another one without a blade. Whistle blows. Penalty in front of the net. Knocked down was Corbet, but did he interfere with the goaltender Hasek? Apparently he did. Rene Corbet running into the Dominator, and he gets the call.
Well, this line has been very, very good in the second period. Corbet, Kraft, and Joseph Baranek. I mentioned Jason Woolley without a stick. Corbet goes right to the front of the net. Gilmore with a little bit of a hook, and Corbet, reckless abandon right into Dominic Hasek, coming right into your living room. Good play by Joe Baranek to get it in front. All he was trying to do is just follow that puck in there. Didn't try to pull up, and referee Brad Watson was right there to make the call, so goaltender interference on Rene Corbet. Dominic Hasek seems to be all right.
Dominic Hasek came out today and skated in the morning skate. Eddie loved to see him skate. So big goaltender skates on and fish skates as a forward.
A helmet, a sweatsuit, and a regular stick and a set of gloves.
Here comes Jitnik now, firing the puck in. Is it that much more difficult to skate it with those big goaltender skates on?
No idea.
Ratton moves it along the goal line in front here. Andrechuk pulling the trigger, and a good step by Johan Hedberg. Andrechuk from 25 feet away, planted in the right spot. And Hedberg reacting well to make the save. He hasn't had to make a whole lot of them here lately. That's the first one he's made here in the second period.
Well, great passing by the Buffalo Sabres. 4 of the 5 guys touched the puck. Great pass by Heinz. We mentioned about Dave Andrechuk knowing how to score goals. Johan Hedberg with 6 saves tonight, the first of this second period, like you mentioned, Mike. Good movement by the Buffalo Sabres, passing the puck while the Pittsburgh Penguins were in between on their penalty killing assignments.
Grattan was moved out. Can't handle the face-off, so Andreychuk is called upon. Andreychuk's a decent face-off.
He's good on the draws.
Yes, he is.
Primo can't back off at all.
And he wins the face-off. Chitnik on the right side. Chitnik throws it over to Chris Grattan. Grattan along the goal line has Hines open. Doesn't go that way for a moment. Holds the puck. Over to the right point to Chitnik. Heavy shot. Where is it? It hit a body. Karam's free. And now Andreychuk trying to put it on the net. Can't do it. Good hustle by Primo to overtake him. And that takes the heat out of a hot kitchen. Osik hurries it ahead. This is an ideal situation for a goaltender down at this end of the rink to make that long lead pass with the Penguins trying to change. They have a long way to go to their players' bench. Andreychuk to the left side. A Woolley heavy slap shot. And again, it never got through. Janssen will back it up the sideboards.
The players on the bench have to be really aware because they have such a long way to come into your own defensive zone. You got to be quick on the changes and know who's going.
Chitnik moves it quickly down the boards. He runs in one of the Penguins. That's Ferentz. The collision there to the right point. It will come to Grattan and a 1-1 tie here in Game 6. Dmitry Kalinin over to Donald Audette. Back to Audette. He's still a guy I fear, boy. Just every time he touches the puck, you know sooner or later somewhere he's going to get himself a talent. Kalinin back to Audette. Audette slap shot. Good save there by Hedberg. The rebound loose in front. It goes right by everybody. Good hustle by Kalinin. Kalinin along the left wing boards. Goes over to Alexei Chitnik. Chitnik of Buffalo, time running down, 15 to go on the Penguin penalty. Grattan far side, and with the puck it'll be Dmitry Kalinin behind the net to Japan. Moving around, maybe one too many passes there, and the Penguins will kill it.
Great shift there for Andy Ferentz and Lauken, and good leading with their sticks, knocking down some pucks. The crowd really appreciates that and the momentum that they had after tying the game. Buffalo had a chance to take it back, and Johan Hedberg, a couple good saves on that power play for Buffalo. That is hard work killing penalties, especially when the team is passing the puck as quick and as crisp as the Buffalo Sabres were on that last power play opportunity. You talk about leading with your sticks, knocking any opportunity down, and that's something you made mention, Mike, that we really felt in Game 3 that the Sabres did really well, was lead with their sticks. When you thought the Penguins would have a clear-cut opportunity, Buffalo was there to knock it down.
And just as we talked about Donald Audette, you've got to talk in the same vein about Yager and Lemieux. Yager had a goal the other game, and a shot from the net. Hasek stabs and scrambles, and Lemieux reaches with his stick trying to poke it in. It does squirt free.
Well, he had no idea where it was. No. Lemieux went right to the net, and the puck ended up being behind Hasek. He thought he had it under him.
Ian Moran to give away. And here's Verona of the Sabres. Cross range to Vladimir Siplikov. Deep behind the goal. Barada again hustling over. Centered it for Siplikov, and Kasparaitis read the play. Makes the steal, and out come the Penguins. Good pass. Lemieux to Yager going for the net. Here he comes. He's trying to put it between the legs. He scores against Hasek. Hasek will claim that he should have had the play stopped, but Yager apparently has scored. The Penguins have a 2-1 lead, at least momentarily. And he beat him like a like a rented mule, if you will, as far as Hasek's concerned.
I think Hasek might be questioning whether or not on the initial save if he ends up kicking the puck in or not, because Hasek turned right around.
Yeah.
But what a great move there by Yager. Hasek was right there in the middle. And I don't think there's really too close to call on that play, but yeah, going from backhand to forehand, drawing back in, and it looked like it did, went off his right skate, but I don't know if it was intentional. And after that last look that we had right before that one, Mike, went off his right skate. You take a look, and right there off the heel.
I'll tell you what, goaltenders never cease to amaze me. When did he last touch the puck, though? Where is the puck when it goes across the goal line? Did he get his stick on it after he kicked the puck?
That will be, that's what they're looking at.
That's exactly what they're going to have to look at.
But how about the play by Stevens to Lemieux to Jaromir Yager? He kind of got in tight, and he was being pulled from behind. I believe that was Rhett Warner. I'm not sure after that puck went off his skate if it hit the backhand, the back part of his stick as it was sliding under.
And that's a determination that has to be conclusive. So I would say you may have a 50-50 chance here of making that. Dave Newell is here. That has to be the debate. I would think the way it looked to me, and boy, the goaltenders again just continually amaze me, everything they see.
You do not realize how hard it is. When you're going in there, you got people coming, all of a sudden you take the shot, the puck comes right to you, and you're trying to see it, and you're trying to get body position. I don't think there was a direct kicking motion into the net. All Jágr's trying to do is pull up here. He realizes the puck, and it's coming to him, and it's just a matter of the positioning of the foot.
No goal, yeah. Yeah, and he tried to kick the puck back over, I think, to give himself an opportunity to touch it again, but it got away from him, and so when he kicked it, it was no goal.
But watch when it comes right here. Jágr kicks it, and I was wondering if it actually hit the backhand of his stick as it's sliding right under, if that actually hits his stick before it goes in.
And Eddie, what I'm saying to you, if you can't hear it or see it,
if you can't tell, that's exactly right.
They can't call it. They can't. It's not conclusive enough to be able to make the call that it did. That's why I'm saying that's probably why it was waved off.
I mean, don't forget now, if that would have hit Hasek before it went into the net, then you really have a big debate on what is going on.
But the deliberate kicking of the puck with that motion, I think probably would stand up. So Jágr's goal not allowed, so we're still tied at 1. I just can't believe that Hasek saw all of that in such a short period of time and exactly what transpired. It is amazing.
Following the puck.
Oh, that's an understatement. And all goaltenders do it. That's the thing that's so remarkable to me. Straka comes up. He is tripped and knocked off his skate. The play will continue. Milan Kraft, Straka, and Jágr, the trio out now for the Penguins as they change their lines up here. Maybe for the first time with any regularity here in this whole series here tonight.
I think Dumont got away with one. He slashed Ian Morandy as he was going in, and Lindy Ruff went right over and grabbed J.P. Dumont and pretty much told him, hey, you can't do that.
Behind the goal, this will be Doug Gilmour. Gilmour rushed on the boards by Kasparaitis. The Penguins come out. 1-1 the score. Kovalev would tie the game here in the second. Even for Straka, he's got a chance. Fires it. A good save by Hasek. Can't find the rebound, but it jumps all the way to the right wing corner. In digging forward will be Marty Straka. Comes free to Robert Lang, and he pulls the trigger on a shot from 30 feet that misfires. Left point, Laukinen trying to get out behind him. Here's Satan on a breakaway for 100 feet. Walking in on goal. Makes a little move and then back in. Hedberg cut it off with a left pad. So a huge save there by the Penguins, Johan Hedberg. With the puck, Brett Warner. He goes to Satan. Satan couldn't play it back in front. The game opens up and Kovalev rambles through to the Buffalo zone. Lost the puck and the Sabres go the other way. Lead pass again to Satan, who just had a breakaway chance. Backhands it in front. Laukinen can't find it. Who will? Jan Urdina.
Need a whistle. Need a whistle. Moran and Laukinen have been out there a while.
This is Urdina's lead pass to center, and the whistle sounds.
It's like, yeah, premature substitution by the Pens. Take a break. We'll be back.
The completely redesigned Chrysler minivans now come equipped with yet another standard feature. Because Consumers Digest named Voyager a Best Buy, and AMCI called Town & Country the best minivan ever. Now get a $2,000 cash allowance on Chrysler minivans. So get to your Chrysler dealer today, because with award-winning values like these, you'll be the one with something to brag about.
Verizon Wireless introduces Mobile Messenger. Now you can chat using your wireless phone without talking. Verizon Wireless. Simple, affordable, national. Join in.
AMC Health System, the official and exclusive healthcare provider of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
And if there is a 7th and deciding game in this series, it will be on Thursday night in Buffalo. 7:30. That's the start time. Is that correct?
Well, here's an opportunity for the Buffalo Sabres. Straka loses it, and Heinz Laukkonen gambles up at the blue line, and Miro Shatan comes in all alone. And folks, if you get a chance, watch the save by Johan Hedberg going from his right to his left. I'm sure the Buffalo Sabres will take a look at that, and knowing if they get Hedberg going left to right, you got to get the puck upstairs when a goaltender takes away, because the majority of the goalies in the National Hockey League take away the bottom of the net. So if you get the puck going side to side, just like on the Kovalev goal, Heinz, great pass up to Shatan, got a chance. If he gets it up, it's a 2-1 lead, but a great save by Johan Hedberg.
Red Warner now bangs the puck into the Penguins end. Andrew Ferris looking to get it out. Curtis Brown has other plans, and it goes to Smelik, who shoots it. This is Hedberg in that bright blue mask. Moose with a key save here. The Penguins tied at 1. Breakaway attempt by Miro Shatan. This is Hans Janssen, Penguin defenseman, on the center to Yager. He comes strong to the Buffalo zone on the off wing. Going behind the net against Warner, drags it in, and Warner took that puck away from him. Lemieux, though, will get it. Rio Lemieux behind the net. Yager's got it. Lemieux going to the cage in front, covered by Curtis Brown. Yager muscling in. He's pulled down by Warner, and play goes on. Warner got a stick caught in the skate of Yager. In the blade, Barada. Was a little late in coming back, and here comes a play now. A backhand shot by Brown, and Hedberg has to dive on it and hold on to it. Penguins trying to use their size down deep in the Buffalo zone. 6:47 left here in the second period.
Well, after Yager got taken down, Smelik, the defenseman, jumps in, and a couple backhand passes. Buffalo trying to be a little bit fancy, but here Rhett Warner battling Yager and Lemieux all series and all night long tonight here in Game 6. And a hog ties Yager. Yager goes down. And the Sabres are off to the races on a 3-on-2, and that's when Smelik jumped in. And Lemieux thought about changing once Yager went, but he decided he had to come all the way back. And Kevin Stevens, pretty much on one leg, came all the way back to try to make it a 4-on-3 instead of a 4-on-2 advantage for the Sabres.
The giveaway with the Penguins in front. Dumont's upended and a submarine by defenseman Ian Moran. The lead pass comes up to Primo. Primo puts it on the net, and covering will be Dominic Hasek. For 39 of the Sabres, their goaltender, as he makes the squeeze.
Coming up right after the game, it's Pittsburgh Sports Tonight. 30 minutes of nightly sports news completely dedicated to home teams throughout Pittsburgh. For extended regional highlights and in-depth interviews, catch Pittsburgh Sports Tonight, immediately after our game, only on Fox Sports Net.
Paul Spetafor, I think that the championship fight will begin around 10 to 10:30, if I'm not mistaken, in what I heard today. It'll be a little later start. Might be able to get 2 for 1 tonight. Leave the hockey game and go down and watch the fight. Kraft is inaugural debut in the National Hockey League has had a real tough time, but he's got a backhand chance now, and he just missed against Dominic Hasek. He had a tough time early in the season on faceoffs. I'm sure the time he spent down with the baby Penguins really will help them, because he saw so much ice time, and he's got to take a lot of draws down there, and you learn on a professional level to match up against some of the better players. This is Barani. Passing to Rene Corbeil of the pen. Hasek comes out to get the puck. And kind of lazily floats it along the boards. It does get out of the area. There's 6 minutes left here in the second period. A close, hard-fought game between the Penguins and the Buffalo Sabres. And deep again. Hedberg leaves the puck for defenseman Darius Kasparaitis. Kalinin might have been able to play that puck. He will have to now. It kind of dies before it crosses the goal line. Fans had the same impression, too, that Kalinin kind of dummy the play. There's a referee or linesman on the play. Referee feels you could have played the puck and you let it go, and then the icing's waved off. Here's Audette down the left wing. Pulls up.
Cross-ring pass, not a good one there for J.P. Dumas. Leading all the Buffalo forwards in hits in this series against the Penguins coming into this game. Bugner. So Robert Lang take command of the puck. Warner will pinch in now along the boards. There's that puck down in behind the net. Another little thing that Warner's doing there that's helpful. It comes to him in between the circles, and he shoots a block. Audette scores. Audette picked it up and rams it in. It's 2-1 Buffalo. I hate to say I told you so, but this guy can score goals, and he does. 15-12, the time of the score by Donald Audette, and another great play by Rhett Warner, this time offensively.
The turnovers in your own zone are so costly. Hans Johnson has an opportunity. He takes a look and tries to go back up traffic the same way it was going. Bobby Bugner went to the front, knocked the puck down. Audette beat him to the front. And a giveaway by Hans Johnson. And another bad break for the Penguins, where that shot was blocked by Robert Lang off the stick of Rhett Warner. And not a great goal to give up by Johan Hedberg. But in fairness to him, he was playing a shot. It was deflected. It was a bang-bang play. Audette beat Bugner out of the corner after blocking his shot originally. But Johnson with the giveaway came up the same way the play started.
Assisted by number 17,
Here come the Penguins. Out the right wing comes Jaromir Jagr. Ferentz battling one of the Sabres back in the zone. Whistle sounds. We're going to get penalties issued here. It's Vladimir Siplikov and Andrew Ferentz.
Well, good battle in the corner by Siplikov and Ferentz. Sticks got up a couple times.
Well, we're going to take a timeout right now. Looks like coincidental penalties coming up.
McDonald's is gonna wow you with 2 great deals. So outrageous, so fantastic, and so delicious. Our awesome cheeseburgers are only 49 cents each every Monday and Thursday. Wow! Every Sunday, bring the whole family for Chicken McNuggets. The 20 pieces only $2.99. That's another wow. Now those are 2 delicious deals. At McDonald's, we love to see you smile. Cheeseburgers 49 cents, 20-piece Chicken McNuggets $2.99 at McDonald's. Wow!
Pride. It's about dedication and commitment and believing in what you do. At Summit Academy, we believe in our mission of shaping bright young students into successful young men, and we are currently looking for qualified individuals who share our dedication and commitment. If you're interested in a rewarding career you can take pride in, contact the Human Resource Department at 412-885-5200. Summit Academy, where pride still matters.
If you were loading the Ark today, what would you bring? The E-Class, perhaps the most desirable car in the world.
There's Donald Audette, who ended up with a goal, but part of it was the work of Rhett Warner, and you can see along the boards.
And he's there taking away the short side, the strong side, because that's where the puck is. But look at Donald Audette. He's back covering for Warner, who the defenseman pinches in. Janssen goes back up the same way. Audette reads the situation, and Warner comes in and takes the shot. Blocked by Robert Lang, and Audette comes in and beats Johan Hedberg to the short side.
That's all right. They'll make the change on it. They gave the wrong assist on the goal, but Audette does score it. And it is third of the playoff. The Sabres regain the lead 2-1. Curtis Brown of the Buffalo Sabres. Turning around, we have coincidental minors here called to Siplikov and Ferentz. These are the Penguins and Vladimir Siplikov of the Buffalo Sabres. So we're on a 4-on-4. Buffalo's given up 3 goals in this playoff year, 4-on-4. They've not scored one. On the other hand, of a pair they have scored. Given up a 4-on-4 situation in the playoff campaign. Laukkonen trying to rush through center. Brings it on to Mario Lemieux. Lemieux relays it to Jagr on that left wing again. He comes in and taken off his skates by Jitnik and goes right over into the goal crease.
Yager had a chance to shoot the puck off a great feed by Lemieux. Had a chance to shoot the puck, tried to get in a little bit tight. Puck ended up going off into the corner.
Yager's got only 2 goals in his last 12 playoff games. And as a member of the Pittsburgh Penguins, both of those have been on the power play. And with the puck, it'll be Bob Boughner. Boughner turning.
Laukkonen needs a change here.
He's not able to get off. Dumas got the puck, moves into the slot. And trying to ride him all the way to the far wing. Gilmore behind the net. Laukkonen just standing in front of the net. He can hardly breathe right now. He looks for the puck and it comes in front. Hit the crossbar. As Audette had a chance there. Oh, that would have been awfully tough for the Penguins to take there. Laukkonen really in, I don't say pain, but he can hardly maneuver to get himself to the bench, and he and Boughner dragged themselves off.
Well, Ian Moran got off who he had started with. Yanni Laukkonen, but what a great pass by Doug Gilmour, and Laukkonen just trying to grab some air out there, and that is tough. You're in no man's land. You're trying to get off the ice. We made mention where the Penguins bench is situated compared to the defensive zone. That's a long way to come, and you have such a long shift. All you try to do there in that situation, just, I don't want to say stand still, but just don't try to run out of position. Just stay at home, try to get some quick little breaths, and there you see Laukkonen taking some deep breaths. A close call for the Pens.
And to go back in your career, what was the worst one you ever had where you thought you were going to put away fall on the ice? You remember?
Probably my first shift in the NHL.
Down the left side, look out, Woolley, slip shot, and covering the angle to make the save will be Johan Hedberg. Woolley left alone on that left side. That was a 4-on-4. So we just talked about the Sabres having a tough time. They get 2 good scoring opportunities here against the Penguins, 4-on-4.
Well, remember, 4-on-4, the jobs of the wingers are to cover the other team's defensemen. It's 4-on-4, it's man-on-man, but a breakdown by the Penguins. Woolley walks right in, and Hedberg, great positioning. A goaltender comes out like that, he cuts down the angle, so there's a lot less room to shoot at the net. It's got to be a perfect shot to beat the goaltender, and the Moose with the save.
You must be careful here because we talked about the excellence of Gratton on faceoffs in this series.
I think Chris Gratton's getting kicked out. I think they were a little slow to come into the faceoff, so Steve Heinz should move in here and take the draw for Chris Gratton.
That's what I said. Gratton was going to get waved out. No, I didn't say that.
I thought you might have turned down your volume on that one.
Yeah. Here's Gasparidis looking for an avenue. And Moran to the right side to Wayne Primo. Primo hustles up behind the Buffalo goal. Around to Gasparidis, now 5-on-5 as the players return. Ziplikov and Ferentz. Back to the ice surface, Ian Moran. Finds a breaking Kevin Stevens. 2-1, the Sabres have the lead here in Game 6. Robert Lang. In the second round of the playoffs this year, the visiting team has won 13 games, the home team 7.
Heads up here.
Visitors have had very good success. Hines again just throws the puck into the Penguins in. Less than 2 minutes to go here in the period. Returns it to Jaromir Jagr. Can't find anybody and stolen away. Look out here on the left side. Brown with that great speed going to the net. He shoots it right over the head of Hedberg. Warner at the right point between the circles, and there is Curtis Brown on the biscuit again. Brown moves in against Stevens trying to shoot it. Can't do it. Warner's got the puck. Fires. Good save by Hedberg. And the Penguins drag the rebound out of danger and shoot it ahead. With the puck, it's Verrata. Darting through the center. Lemieux got apparently hit at center. I didn't see who hit it.
Verrata was Verrata's stick that came up and hit Lemieux. And he threw his gloves stick immediately. He was on the back check on Verrata. Not sure where that stick exactly hit him, but he's holding his face. Lemieux on the back check, Verrata trying to dump the puck in. He gets a piece of his stick, and as Verrata's trying to get that stick out, he comes back and smacks Lemieux right in the face. I don't think there was any intent there to do it purposely, but when you have to have control of your puck, of your stick, excuse me. Oof. But Lemieux with a great job back checking. Let me just take a look at the body position. When you're reaching for the puck, you have to lean over at the hips. You have to bend at the hips. And when you lean over, your whole shoulder and your frame, your upper body frame leans over, and Verrata's stick comes right back and smacks Lemieux right in the face.
What the referee is doing right now is to see if Lemieux is cut, whether or not it'll be a 4-minute or a 2-minute minor for high sticking.
Looks like Mark Mortland, the trainer for the Penguins, doesn't seem to be cut at all. I don't know if he's looking at his throat or his jaw.
Maybe, yeah, maybe the throat or jaw might be right.
Give him a 2-minute penalty. One more look here. Verrata trying to get the puck in. The stick of Lemieux lifts up a little bit and just kind of goes right up. And that was, that was a sharp end, the point end of the stick.
Well, Mario's lucky that it didn't catch him in the face, you know, up around the eye area, because he would have been helpless to be able to cover that. He's a little staged as he goes off here to the Penguin locker room. So Verrata picks up the minor penalty, opening the door for the Penguins as the turkey is on the table here late in period number 2. It'll be the Penguins' 3rd power play chance. Verrata 2 minutes for high sticking.
So Milan Kraft getting an opportunity to fill in for Lemieux.
He will head up the power play with Stevens and Yager. Ferentz guns it in behind the net. Around it goes to the near board. Can't get there. Ferentz and Straka take the points and cleared away by Stu Barnes.
The Penguins got to try to keep it simple. Going at the end of this period, almost 46 seconds left to go. Get the puck back to the point. Get 2-3 people in front of the net. Try to pick up a garbage goal.
Straka relays it deep in behind the cage. After Richard Smelicki and Straka battle one another. Where's the puck? It scores free. Kraft trying to get it around. The whistle sounded.
Quick whistle.
Well, I think McCurry lost sight of the puck. That's what happened. Bill McCurry behind the net. And it went in that big pile up of players. Actually, we could see it here on the near side, but he could not.
It looks like the faceoff's coming outside. It might have been a hand pass.
Well, maybe that
was a really quick whistle. That's the only thing that can come into my mind. In the defensive zone, you're allowed to pass the puck with your glove to one of your teammates. It's got to stay inside the zone defensively.
So it had to be a Penguin player then. It had to be 2 Penguins because they're bringing it outside.
Right. I didn't see I didn't see any gesture by the referee to see exactly what it was.
Well, it would have to be something, because if he lost sight of the puck, he would put the face off in the zone.
Inside, right.
So it's got to be something against the Penguins.
I would venture to say it was a hand pass.
That's why you have those big sharp eyes. What do you call them?
I eat carrots.
Yeah,
Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny eyes. The near wing, and Brown whistles it ahead back to Penguins territory. 19 to go in the period. Time for a final rush here by Kovalev. He's on his way to the Buffalo end. Took it all the way down the near wing and lost the puck.
What a play by Warner there.
He's just done it continually. And the period's not going to come to an end here as it comes out of play, and they'll face it off still on Buffalo ice. I mean, he has challenged the Penguins on that side time in and time out. And he's won the majority of the battles. We saw him play in '96 with Florida. He was unbelievable that series. I'm really amazed that Florida let him go. I really am.
Just watch this play here. He gets the stick between the legs of Kovalev. Just a little poke check, and maybe that puck slid off the stick of Kovalev, but not going in there and making the big hit while killing the penalty, taking himself out, realizing he had a chance to get the puck, shot it out. A bad break for the Buffalo Sabres to have that face-off here. 8 seconds left, plenty of time. Lane's going to try to get it to Yager. If he gets it clean, look from the pass over to Kovalev for a one-timer.
Barnes, who checked in at 45.7 on face-off, sent it in front. Yager's got a chance. A backhand, a big save, rebound. Oh, another great save by the Dominator. It looked as though he may have flung his arm out and made a save there on Laukkanen, too, as the period came to a close.
And Zhitnik was there as well, Mike. Great chance. Laukkanen, you see him, he pulled down Rhett Warner. Probably could have been a penalty call there, but a great play to get the puck in front of that. Yager with a great chance, and then Robert Lane came in, and Laukkanen came in from the corner after starting the play, but Laukkanen starts it all, throws it in front. Great pad save, and the puck is right there.
It was the glove.
Yeah, Alexei Zhitnik was right there.
We've played 2 periods. Stan Savran and I have a whole lot to talk about. At the end of the second period, we look at the scoreboard. Buffalo has the lead, 2-1 over the Penguins. Second intermission report is coming up next.
Check one out at your Jeep dealer.
So what do feet have to do with shoes? For a wide selection of men's handcrafted dress and casual shoes, come to see Pittsburgh's largest selection of Johnston & Murphy footwear at Little's. What do feet have to do with shoes? Everything. Little's Super Shoe Store. We have everything.
We didn't reinvent the wheel, just your TV, internet, and phone. Now with AT&T Broadband, one pipeline brings big savings. Watch more of what you want. Get $50 in broadband bucks and free installation on AT&T digital cable. Get the same great deal on AT&T high-speed cable internet service, the lightning fast connection that's always on. And also save on AT&T digital phone service, the local and long-distance connection that lets you do more. Call now. You've got the gadgets. Now goose them.
If only your house could talk, what would it say?
I've seen quite a few parties out here, let me tell you.
The way I see it, the deck is just like a porch, only better.
What's your vision of the perfect backyard? At Lowe's, we can help you put it all together. From a wide selection of name brand grills to styles of patio furniture everyone will love.
I like to think of myself as the room with the fresh air.
Lowe's, improving home improvement.
Now through Memorial Day, spend $250 on your Lowe's card and get 6 months, no payments, no finance charges.
What makes the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette the region's most well-read newspaper? Well, see for yourself.